Good morning, everyone. I am Nikita Jain from Bloomsbury, India, and today we are going to discuss the amazing new book on GST for laymen by Apeksha Solanki, who's a CA turned writer. She's a blogger and a go-to person for matters related to GST. And over the past few years, she has been pursuing the dream of her 16-year-old self as a writer. And she has written many short stories, flash fiction, blogs, and articles for various forums like Women's Web, among others. So, Peksha, we welcome you, and it's such a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, Nikita, for having me here. I'm glad that I'm part of this discussion today.
So, Apeksha, this book has, it must be holding a very special place in your heart, considering it's your debut book. And, we have also seen many good traction for the book in various renowned dailies like Amar Ujala, Financial Express, and Deccan Herald as a must-buy book. And, even Motilal Oswal, he has said some great words about the book. So, what was your thought behind writing this book?
Uh, Definitely, this book holds a special place in my heart because it's my debut book. But the thought behind writing this book was because, almost after even 2 years of introduction of GST, people still had some fear, some reluctance about the subject. I had a lot of people coming to me, a lot of my friends, other people asking me about basic GST queries even after so long. So I even had a friend whose dad had has a consultancy firm for more than 2 decades, and he had given his accountant the task of handling his GST matters. But the accountant always said, I'm paying the taxes, I'm filing the return. But after 3 years or so, they got a notice from GST department saying that you filed only nil returns and blah 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 and all that. And that's when it struck him that, oh my God, something is not right. And then they came to me, asked me what can be the way out. So these kind of things made me feel that people kind of have that reluctance whenever anything is new. It's very difficult to accept. So that was the thought, that if there is something which is given to them in a platter, in very simplified version, if somebody goes through this book, which probably won't even take very long, it's like a novel, it's not with technical jargons and all, then it will help them comfort and ease into the system. They do not have to do everything about GST, but at least they can question their GST consultant or their accountant what is happening, at least manage, and so that it's not too late before things go wrong. So that was the thought, to probably ease people into GST regime.
Wow. I mean, that's a thought pattern of yours. So, Apeksha, if we talk about other books in the market on the same topic, how would you say that, on what sense your book is different from those in the market, and what's the USP of your book?
I think apart from the fact that it's been written in very simple English without using any technical jargons, without giving any reference to any section of the law, notification or circular,
Yeah.
because a common person is not interested in
Yeah,
where
yeah,
what is
definitely.
flowing through. They just want to know the end result. So I think not many books have that, but I think the biggest USP of my book would be the part B of my book. So the book is divided
Good.
into two parts, part A and
Yeah.
part B. Part A describes the basics of GST. What is GST? Why is it levied? When is it applicable? Who has to pay it? When do you have to deposit? How can you do your basic compliances like registration, in filing
Yeah.
of returns, even assessment, or if there is some litigation, how do you go about it? So that is what is part A. And your part B is what is unique. It covers the everyday basic situations that a common man faces, and what would be the GST implications on that. So basically, a person encounters GST on an everyday basis. So what is the right
Yeah.
treatment? Because I have come across people uh, who have even, like, of course, no, they don't know that they are dealing with somebody who has GST background. So they try to fool you, by saying कि अच्छा इस पे तो ऐसे GST लगेगा. They wouldn't show it in their invoice, but they would ask you for extra. It's happened with me. So you should have that knowledge so that people don't fool you. In fact, as you said earlier, that Amar Ujala had covered it. So in fact, actress Richa Bhatra. So in Amar Ujala, that's what they had said, that she is the actress from Khichdi serial. So she had actually she's recently bought a flat in Mumbai, and she got some tips about how she can save GST on buying a flat, of course, or legal, from reading this book. So that was all mentioned in part B, that if you're buying a house, or you're buying a car, if you're going for movies, if you're sending your children to coaching centers, how exactly can you save, or what is the right treatment, so that people don't fool you. So that is what I've tried to cover, as many situations as I could in a book, because a book has its limitations. So I couldn't cover all, but otherwise I do try to cover these daily life situations and their GST impact on my Instagram blog also. It's the handle is at GST Gyani. It's named after the character in my book. So at GST Gyani. So people can follow me there also. Otherwise, yes, this book would definitely help them.
Surely. And what really stood out for me in the book was how simply each concept was explained by you, without the concept seeming too technical, through different characters. So you have introduced very interesting characters, in every topic you have written on, in a sort of a story format. And, it's like a conversation with a friend, who has a question, and GST Gyani is answering that. So how did you manage to come out with that theme and a concept like this? And if you can you just show a glimpse of that?
Oh, sure. So this is how the cover looks like, just for people to see. And so if I randomly say open a page, say suppose. So when I was talking about the impact of GST on buying a house, what Richa Bhatra she did. So it is like this. So it looks like this. So there are these characters. Each chapter would have a different character, and this is GST Gyani, who is basically constant throughout the book, and he is imparting all the knowledge. So they would ask, yes. So they would basically ask him questions, and these are kind of the answers. And it's in a very simple format, like you just have like tabular formats for a lot of things. And then you have there are these GST Gyani tips. There are also some DIY tips in the book, which is again, a person can do certain GST compliances or something on their own. This is like the next chapter. So there's a new character and there's this. So it flows in that conversation or that kind of story format. And the idea behind, coming up with this kind of theme was because I wanted to make GST knowledge accessible to people, like nowadays, if you would have seen, a lot of ads are coming up for these short coding programs where even people who are from non-computer, non-engineering background can learn basics of coding.
Because the person ad.
Yeah. So, and a lot of others also, in fact. So, because technology is everywhere, so it's good to have basics of that so that you can do, at least you can handle basic things. So similarly, GST is almost like omnipresent, in whatever.
Definitely, I agree.
Whatever you buy, whatever service or goods, you go to a salon, you take a Ola, Uber, or you're buying some clothes, everything and anything almost has GST.
Yeah, somehow we don't realize it, but it is there, right?
Yeah, it's omnipresent. So I thought that it would be great to share this knowledge with everybody so that people are not really ripped or fooled in the name of GST, which I have seen a lot of times happening. So, and how do you really explain such a complex or such a technical subject into simple form so that people understand it easily, and also, their interest is there. Otherwise they're going to always leave it for the professionals, and they're going to continue to fear it and all. So that is where this whole theme of saying in a story format or in a conversation format was conceived, just to make it accessible to anybody and everybody. And uh, th- basically this format is such, like when I had gone through a few of my reviews on uh, personal blogs or Amazon or Goodreads or bookstagrams of people, I was really excited to see that there were a lot of mixed kind of readers. There were hardcore just readers. There were some students. There were some even people from. I was surprised that there were even qualified chartered accountants who were buying it, who are not practicing in GST. If they are from
GST.
audit or they're from human capital, so they would like to have a fair knowledge of this, so that when you go to a client, at least you can give a rough perspective of what is GST. If they, it's never a linear conversation. They would always ask you, "Acha, GST mein kya hota hai?" And so you should be able to do that conversation. So I had seen that there were a lot of variety of readers who were showing interest in it. Somebody who has just recently started, an entrepreneur, I had seen their review on it. So I think it's great. It's great that everybody and anybody is able to read this book. So I think you shouldn't categorize a reader for this kind of book. It shouldn't be like, acha, if you're an entrepreneur or if you're from commerce background, that's only when you're supposed to read this book. I think this whole format of simplifying it and saying in a story format makes it accessible to everybody.
Everyone. Yeah. So it's a book for everyone.
Yeah.
Right. Great. So, Apeksha, since you're a CA, how hard or easy was it for you to write this book, considering you have a newborn as well? And since this covers basic topics on GST, do you still have to do a lot of research for the book, or how was it?
Uh, how they say that it's the toughest to teach nursery students. As you mentioned, I have a newborn, she's 1.5 years old. So, sometimes like they wouldn't understand the basics of things, right? It's very difficult. So, of course, I'm not comparing the readers to my newborn, but, but to explain something which is technical in very simple words is very difficult. I actually understand, because I am extremely technologically challenged kind of a person. So, I have any problem in computer or something, I'm always like struggling. And when I ask, somebody who knows it well, they'll start using these terms, and it's so difficult, it sort of goes above my head. So, even they struggle to tell me ki acha basic ye hai. So, it becomes like, for a technical person to explain it in simple terms, sometimes it becomes difficult. So, and then, we're so used to, since I had been working also in GST, so we're so used to using these, technical language, like hence this is what happens, and therefore this is our submission. And so, you cannot use words like hence and therefore and something like this in a book like this, because then it will sound very mundane and it will sound very textbooky, which is not
True.
the purpose. So it was difficult to keep that CA out of you when writing it, at the same time imparting all that CA knowledge, especially part B, when where I've tried to cover a lot of situations, a lot of sub situations in them. So if you see in the book, like as I showed you, even in the tabular format, there are these queries in one side, and the answer is just simple. It's probably the answers, yeah. So you will see the scenarios here, and then the answers is just 1 or 2 lines in this side. So it seems like very simple, but these questions are nowhere answered somewhere in the law or something. The law is stated, you have to interpret and deduce what the answer would be to a particular situation. So it is I mean, you have to do your research for every particular situation. Even if you're working, you can't be very sure when you're writing it down. You have to see whether it's not covered in some other rule or some other clarification or whatever. So it did involve a lot of research and a lot of sweat and hard work, but it was definitely very enriching and fun at the same time for me.
Great to know that. Right. So, Apeksha, on the last note, working as a chartered accountant versus writing, which one do you prefer?
That's a tough one because I decided I wanted to be a CA when I was 13, and I was pretty, I didn't waver after that. But I used to also read a lot of books. So when I was 16, I had this friend with whom we used to go on discussing books and all, and we used to discuss, acha, one day both of us together will write a book and all that. So that writing chaska came to me when I was around 16 years old, and I was like, I want to
Okay.
write a book, I want to write more stuff.
Your book is already doing wonderful in the market, and I hope it gets more success in the times to come.
Thank you so much, Nikita. I really hope the book does wonderful, even better. And it was a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah. So, guys, whosoever wants to grab a copy of this wonderful book can go to Amazon or Flipkart. There is a great discount going on the title, and even Kindle version is available.
So go grab your copy now. Thank you.
Thank you.